Welcome back to Multipoptural, the hardest to pronounce pop culture podcast on the planet. I am your host, Brian, a.k.a. B-Hearn, a.k.a. Billy Ray Valentine.
Hey, you beating up on a man? You putting a man in the hospital? How come I don't see no marks on you?
Yeah.
Because I'm a karate man, all right? Karate man bruise on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. But you don't know that because you're a big Barry White looking motherfucker. Now get off my back.
Wow.
Oh, man. You'll see why when the episode goes on.
And it's your man, Jerry, a.k.a. Jadon, a.k.a. Jerry Skellington.
Oh.
I don't give a what you think, Jerry.
Feliciano, a.k.a. Turboman.
Excuse me. Yes? I'm trying to find the Turboman doll.
Me too.
Do you have any more in the back?
A.k.a.
Most wanted to on the planet.
You got the Turboman?
The keeper of obscure yet relevant references.
I like it.
Let's
I
go.
like it. So this one, we're going to be doing this getting close to the holidays now. By the time we air this, it'll be the second week of December. So we are going to be talking about holiday/Christmas movies.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh, my God!
Who would like to play Santa in a movie? All kinds of shit. Just all holiday related. And
Snoogans.
We'll kick it off with Mateo, a.k.a. Feliciano.
Okay, we can do that. So there's some fairly obvious remarks here as far as favorite movie goes amongst all of us here in this room. But I'm going to go left, as they would say, which I don't really like, by the way, for the record, because I am left-handed. And
So normal. You're going to go normal.
It's kind of difficult for me.
I am not ambidextrous.
So in 1985, there was this movie called Santa Claus, the movie. And it really stuck with me because it like the way that it showed the elves making the toys. And
Yes.
like, that's the story that everybody sold to me, and I'm like, oh shit, that's real.
It's like wood and nails.
Yeah, it was like wooden horses and shit. I'm like, but how did they make Nintendos? But
IT
Dudley
department.
Moore was in it. He was like an evil elf.
Yes.
And John Lithgow made the candy that made people float and shit.
Yeah. Was that the one with the big sleigh?
Yes,
Like
the big
electronic
yellow.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
With all the steam and
good
the shit.
pick.
Yeah. And I looked it up because this Santa was like my favorite Santa for a long time. Like he really owned Santa, and it was a guy named David Huddleston.
Okay.
Who was the Big Lebowski?
I know him.
Yeah, he was the Big Lebowski. So that was pretty dope. But that movie was like an all-time classic. Like it has the street rat kind of kid. He wasn't though, because he was, And at any rate, it was
Street rat poser.
Yeah.
Got it.
And the rich girl, and they came together.
She's a rich girl.
Of course, there's Gremlins. I do consider that a Christmas movie, and I really like movies that bring horror into those kinds
Otherwise
of
happy situations.
Yes. And I think it was well done. It was Spielberg.
Oh my God.
Another one, like not really up there, but Krampus I really liked, just because it threw that in there too, and it was really dark and it was snowing at the same time. So it was supposed to be a beautiful thing, but it was very terrifying.
With those badass kids.
Blood looks so good in the snow, though.
An ode to my my AKA Jingle All The Way.
Turboman
is actually really hilarious if you think about it. Like even just hearing me say it's Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Sinbad in a war to find the last doll for their kid. Like it's hilarious. They end up in a Christmas parade dressed up as those guys.
The premise is very realistic.
It is.
But then the hijinks bring you
The
into
hijinks.
a completely different
Thank
world.
you, Jerry. Jingle All The Way is probably in my top 3 because it's that Scrooged. Scrooged is probably
that's
my
a
second
great
favorite
one.
movie. I like the way that death was portrayed. It was huge, massive. It didn't say a word.
It was scary as
yes,
shit.
very scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Pointing and
Again, the whole horror aspect of Christmas.
I love it.
Yeah. Bill Murray, of course, fantastic. I've got a couple of other ones here. Honorable mention, Rise of the Guardians. It wasn't really a Christmas movie. It was more like a holiday movie. But Santa was played by Alec Baldwin. And I didn't know that till I looked
that
it
was
up.
the
And
movie where
it was like a KGB Santa with tattoos and shit.
Oh,
he was Russian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can get into this. He was a badass.
KGB Santa.
Obviously, Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack Skellington. And Bad Santa. I put Bad Santa over the Santa Claus with Tim Allen and shit. Like, I don't know. Bad Santa was so crass.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it so much.
I feel like a lot of the Santas that work at malls are like Bad Santa.
Yes.
100%. That's all it was. It was just like, here's the
I'm on
documentary.
my fucking lunch break.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
I knew that was coming in the movie, but when it came, I still laughed so loud.
Yeah. There's certain scenes that'll get you every time, and that's just one of them. And I mean, Billy Bob just nails it with the delivery.
He was drunk the entire movie.
Yep. Oh, gosh. And then we got Bernie Mac as well.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
And the kid was hilarious. Oh, John Ritter was in that too. Yep.
All right, Bernie.
A lot of dead people in that movie.
John Ritter. Jack Tripper.
Jerry, who you got going on?
As far as our favorite holiday movies, I'm gonna go. People were not a fan. They're not like huge fans of this movie, but it did take place during Christmas, and it was part of one of the biggest franchises in movie history. And I'm gonna go with Iron Man 3.
With the Mandarin? That wasn't the Mandarin?
Yes, that horrible thing.
I hated that Mandarin.
You know
I mean, I
what?
didn't, but I hated the story
Sir
of
Ben
it, what they
Kingsley.
did. Yes,
I love
that
Ben
Ben
Kingsley.
Kingsley.
was the quote Mandarin.
I mean, they just paid him to just fuck girls and like, be in the limelight.
The best part
He
is
was
he
a
would
cokehead.
yeah, and he would just nod off like while being interrogated. Like, oh, sorry. But Iron Man 3, I like it. It's the story of Tony Stark calling out a terrorist, and then the terrorist coming at him full force, and then he gets stuck in Tennessee for a little bit, and I don't know, just making
that's the Christmas part of that
making
movie.
friends with children at Christmas time and giving them a bunch of potato gun themed presents or whatever.
And a new garage.
Yeah. No, but it's in the MCU. It takes place in Christmas. I love it. Anyway, another really good like actual Christmas holiday movie is the big one, A Christmas Story.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Nice. Very
Now, I know most of us have gotten some exposure to this via TBS and their 24-hour marathon that they do. But before they did that, you just remembered the movie for what it was. It was a reminiscent tale of, a kid in the, 50s, 60s,
50s,
and, wanting...
Norman Rockwell,
Yeah.
America kind of thing.
Wanting, his end-all, be-all Christmas present and wanting it so bad that he would...
Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, I mean, he asked everybody. He asked his parents. He asked Santa. He
wrote a essay.
You'll shoot your eye out.
A theme.
Yes, he wrote a theme about what he wanted.
thesis in
And
school.
everybody just threw it back in his face about how he was going to shoot his eye out when he finally got that BB gun. Now, me being a kid growing up in the mid 80s, I wanted that BB gun too so bad. And it was probably a good idea that my parents didn't get it for me, because there would have been all kinds of things that I shouldn't have shot that I would have shot because
Especially
I was a
Eden.
shithead. Yes. And there really wasn't anything to do but shoot at things with BB guns. So, but Christmas Story's great. The whole, wanting to help out your dad when the tire blows and then you messing up and dropping the F-bomb in front of everybody and dealing with that, and the dogs.
When he curses
and
like a sailor.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
The whole basement shit.
Yeah.
like I know I heard that from my old man at least 5 times a day. But that whole story is a Christmas staple.
The narration was perfect.
Oh
too.
yeah. And I mean, anytime I see anything with the words fragile on it, I automatically
Fragile.
think fragile.
Must be French.
But and so I've got one more going, and it's one of those that takes place during Christmas, and it's not Die Hard. I know people feel a certain kind of way about Die Hard. I love Die Hard, but it's not. My number one Christmas movie is Batman Returns.
Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?
Because he is Batman, you moron.
It's got Michael Keaton. It's got Michelle Pfeiffer. It's got fucking Danny DeVito being complete Danny DeVito in this.
Oh yeah,
He was a great penguin, though.
yeah, he was.
It was amazing. It was a superhero movie set during Christmas, and it was the best of both worlds for me. Let's see, you had
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God. Yeah. He made it. But you had DeVito. I always remember DeVito eating that whole fish in front of
that
people.
scene was so gross.
Like a la Trash Man from Sunny in Philadelphia, like eating the fish, and then flirting with Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle flirting with each other, talking about like eating mistletoe and dying. Like, mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it, but a kiss can be even deadly if you mean it. Like
So
the whole,
It's your favorite, isn't it?
you're welcome.
Nipples just got hard.
But no, just the back and forth, the Christmas, wonderfulness, and then oh my God, Mateo, you nailed it right on the head, Mr. Christopher Walken. Holy shit, as Max Schreck, he played the part well. He was just a rich asshole that had nothing, had no plans but to advance his own agenda and make his own family rich and lift up his son and all this bullshit. And he was just a great foil for Batman and for the Penguin, really. He was just a dickhead looking out for his own interests. And God, he played the shit out of Max Schreck. He's the one that actually shoved Selena Kyle out the window, and so she became Catwoman after that. But then
They scared the shit out of me when he got electrocuted at the end.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that was scary.
But this movie, this was shit. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. The creator, the guy that made the movies. Tim Burton. Burton. Yeah. So this was Tim Burton at his best, or at his highest, because
That's a different
look
episode.
around. I mean, look around in that movie. You've got all this old school, architecture going on in Gotham. You had the freaking carnival freaks coming out in the movie. You had the penguin funeral going on in that movie.
The penguins with the rockets.
Yeah. I mean, you had all this stuff going on. It really was Nightmare Before Christmas before Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, you had all this stuff going on during Christmas time, and it's just completely like the penguin funeral and the all this different stuff going on while, I mean, it's a Batman movie. So it's just, you're taking Christmas time and holiday spirit, and then you're combining it with all this random shit. And I mean, basically that's Nightmare Before Christmas. You take Halloween, you mix it with Christmas, and there you go. And does anybody have Nightmare Before Christmas as their?
No.
I said it.
Let you have that one.
But yeah, go ahead.
I did say it, but God, Nightmare Before Christmas is amazing. It's what the scary Halloween people would do if they were in charge of another holiday.
And you couldn't be mad at it.
Nope.
No.
It made all the sense.
I didn't know any better.
That's what they got from what they heard about Christmas. And my favorite part is he's describing Santa Claus as this big guy, red guy with these claws, like actual claws. And, just Nightmare Before Christmas was a wonderful movie, and it bridges all kinds of holidays, and it's twisted just like that.
I'll admit it kind of went over my head the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't appreciate it for what it was. I just thought it was a kids movie.
Right.
I did like the when they got into the forest and all the trees with the different
Yes,
holidays
the Easter
on
bunny
it. Yeah.
And
the ghost
turkey.
dog. What was the ghost dog's name?
Zero. Yep.
Yeah. This is a good movie. This is Halloween.
Oh, and shout out to let's see, if you're a big fan of the music in Nightmare Before Christmas, check out Oingo Boingo, because the lead singer for Oingo Boingo is the voice of Jack Skellington in the singing voice of Jack Skellington.
I never knew that
in the movie. So if you're jonesing,
Weird Science, right?
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so if you ever jonesing for some more Jack Skellington singing, just check out Oingo Boingo.
Essential 80s band right there. Yep. Weird Science. So I have my 3. So my first one is a little bit, as Matthew would like to say, left or straight in Matthew's terms.
Always straight, bro.
Always straight, bro.
In Jordan's terms, left.
That's true. Shout out to Jordan. Couldn't make it today. we haven't roasted him as much as we should have for him not being able to utilize his fucking calendar app. But Jordan, you're missed. We'll get you on the next one.
Sorely.
Kind of.
So my first,
a little bit.
My first one is not your most conventional Christmas movie, or people even consider it a Christmas movie, but it did happen around Christmas time. I'm going to go with Trading Places.
Nice. Very good.
Hence the AKA Billy Ray Valentine. So fantastic movie with Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and Jamie Lee Curtis. And this was also the first movie I think I saw tits in.
Oh my God, smoking hot Jamie Lee Curtis.
They were fantastic. So, but for those of you who have not seen it, this did come out in '83. Don't watch it just for the tits, but they are enjoyable.
Boobs.
You know, it's about these two
We're
wealthy
guys.
brothers who swap out a well-to-do finance guy on their employee, which is Dan Aykroyd, with a homeless con man, Eddie Murphy,
For fucking $1.
just for a dollar bet.
Mortimer.
To see, yeah.
And what was the other guy's name?
back.
Randolph!
Randolph. Randolph and Mortimer.
Yes.
Who were in Coming to America.
That's right.
Which
Yes.
is also a Christmas movie.
Yep. I think wasn't it really Christmas time during Rocky IV too? I should have put Rocky IV.
There was
on
snow
here.
on the ground.
There
I
was
do remember
snow.
that.
Well, because remember the big robot thing in the Christmas
Yes.
tree there.
Yes.
Yeah. We should have put that on there. But yeah, they had a dollar bet to.
They were in Russia.
It's always Christmas in Russia. To test the good old nature versus nurture debate. So it's, it's comedy gold. This is Eddie Murphy, hot off of 48 Hours. So this was actually his second feature film. And it was great. Originally, the cast was supposed to be Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. But Pryor couldn't make it, so they brought in Eddie Murphy, and he was the one that actually recommended Dan Aykroyd to do the other part.
I'm glad.
And I'm glad you said the Coming to America reference there, because the same two guys, Mortimer and what's the other guy?
Randolph.
So in Coming to America, they're out on the street on their ass as the homeless guys.
Good. Fuck those guys.
Which was well deserved. But check it out if you have not seen it. Trading Places '83. Number 2
Happy
is
Christmas, right? Isn't it? Yes. On the train.
Oh, yes.
Kaboyaka.
He had the little feather ship.
The memorable blackface, which is terrible.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd, yeah.
That happened.
This was the 80s.
But he was chiefing on something, so that was really
But
funny.
he was standing
No,
next
yeah,
to...
because he was Rastafari.
Yeah.
He was Rasta.
Rastaman. He did have
like
a
on the
horrible
train.
blackface.
God.
Goodness gracious. Anything flew in the 80s.
They put the guy in the gorilla suit
Yep.
and put him in a cage.
And let him get fucked by
was
the
like-
other girl.
Wasn't that, Stan, who was that in a gorilla suit? It was Belushi, wasn't it?
No. Well, yes,
That was
originally.
that was the principal from Breakfast Club.
Yes.
But Belushi, but no, it was the unfunny Belushi that was in the
Damn,
gorilla
bro.
suit.
Damn, man.
Hey, man.
James. Was
Bringing it back.
James.
Number 2, I got keeping it moving. Gonna go with Home Alone.
Oh my God.
Good choice. Yeah, I just had to. To me, it's the ultimate. As a kid watching this, it's the ultimate story of having an entire place all to yourself. No parents, no authority, And I mean, unlike where I was living at back then, big shout out to Mom and Pop, so I know we were doing what we could. This fucker lived in the mansion.
A mansion.
Outside of
He
Chicago.
flew out all those motherfuckers to France,
Paris.
man.
Yeah.
And what did he do? What did Kevin McAllister's dad do for a living?
Oh, man.
They
Drug
need a,
dealer.
they need a, yeah. He was
Sorry,
drug mule.
Kingpin.
He was fucking Jason Bateman in Ozark.
He was washing all that
Crunching
money.
the numbers. That's right. Money laundering. But yeah, you know, it just shows the shenanigans of Kevin McAllister trying to hold down the fort when Harry and Marv, was it the Wet Bandits or Sticky Bandits?
The Sticky Bandits.
Sticky Bandits kept trying to break.
No,
they
they
were
were
the
the
Wet
Wet Bandits.
Yes.
In the
Okay,
first
I
one, they
thought
were
they
the
were.
Wet Bandits.
That's right.
They became the Sticky Bandits.
That's
when they
right.
got
Because
out.
he left the water on or whatever.
Yes, yeah, they
That was
fill
his
it up.
trademark.
That was
his
the
call.
trademark. And I tell you what, I actually enjoyed the shit out of the Home Alone 2 video game on the Nintendo Entertainment System, which we'll get to in a little
Yeah,
bit.
that
This
is.
was back
Oh,
then.
that
a
entertainment
new one
system.
for me.
So I don't know if you guys remember this, and this is obviously for another episode, but back then they would make video games for practically
all the
any
movies.
movie.
Yeah.
Every movie.
Ever. Aladdin had a fucking
Batman.
game, especially Disney.
Batman was great.
Yeah.
E.T.
Beauty and the
RoboCop.
Beast. Oh, RoboCop. Yeah. If you were a hit movie, you
Terminator
had a video
2
game.
was good.
They made a movie called This 2, and they didn't even make a sequel to the movie. They called it Goonies 2.
Yeah.
Was the game.
Yeah.
God, they made such great shit back then. Anyway,
Oh, no, you're good. So a couple of fun facts I did not know. Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, Kieran, landed a part as Kevin's bedwetting cousin, Fuller.
Yes.
Did not know that. And he's in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Didn't know they were related.
They
I
look
see-
exactly alike.
They look alike. I just didn't put two and two together. One's blue. I was yesterday years old when I knew that. The director, Chris Columbus, not to be confused with the horrible Christopher Columbus.
We don't talk about him. We don't talk about him.
He also wrote. He wrote The Goonies and Gremlins, and he went on to direct Home Alone 2, Mrs. Doubtfire, and 2 Harry Potter films.
Doubtfire.
Yes, I saw that the other day. So fucking good.
It's
Focus,
long,
guys,
but
focus.
it's good. Yeah.
Yes. Robert De Niro actually turned down the role for Harry, so it went to Joe Pesci. And this
Which, like, I'm so happy that it
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I agree. And this was Joe
And-
Pesci's first like PG flick.
Yeah.
So apparently he was
biting
dropping
his
F
tongue and
bombs
shit.
left and right,
Yeah.
and the director wasn't having it. It's like, can you please say fridge instead of fuck? And he was like, yeah, I'll try.
Yeah. What was his? He was like frickin' fragger.
yeah, he did that shit in Raza
Joe Pesci.
Those cartoon curse words.
And then my third and favorite of all time has got to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
89, you know, we got a new chapter of the Griswold family, which, you know, my family, we call my dad the Puerto Rican Clark Griswold. And, I mean, he is the epitome of Clark when it comes to just trying to be as organized as possible, but everything also goes humanly wrong at the same time.
Hey, look, kid's a deer.
And I tell you what, we actually did one year to go and chop down our own Christmas tree. That shit sucks.
This is a full-blown 4-alarm holiday emergency here. We're gonna press on, and we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
All right. I mean, I know they chopped down a huge one in the movie. We chopped down like a little one, and it was the worst experience of our lives. We only did that once, and once was enough.
You mean you didn't dig it out of the ground yourself?
Is there a
No,
squirrel
we
in
had
it?
a saw, and I mean, this saw was fucking janky as shit too. So we did that one year in upstate New York, and yeah, we either bought our trees after that or just got fake ones.
She'll see it later, hon. Her eyes are frozen.
That's right.
That's it. That's the big one. That's the big one.
This is actually only one of 2 Christmas movies released in 1989, and
What
the
was
other
the other
one
one?
was John Hancock's Prancer. So
No,
I don't think that makes anybody's
No.
list at all whatsoever. I'm sure. Yeah. So interesting to know. And then, which actually, a little fun fact about that, Johnny Galecki was in that as well. So he was in
Christmas Vacation.
He was in Christmas
Yes,
Vacation
yes.
and in Prancer.
Oh,
he,
no
was,
shit.
he was in the only 2 Christmas movies that year before going on to Big Bang Theory.
Wow.
And then Aunt Bethany was actually the voice of Betty Boop. Little interesting fun fact for you. That was her last feature film was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Passed away at 89 in January of 98, but she was the original voice of Betty Boop back in
left a legacy.
1931.
Betty Boop was like
Oh, yeah.
Harlequin. She
Go
was
on.
a prostitute.
And while we're on National Lampoons, this is... make sure you come out to... we're starting a movie night at McGee Street Country and Cocktails. Yeah, that's it. Or just pretty much McGee Street. It used to be called Boiler Room. Check us out the second Thursday of every single month. So
you
this
could
will be
say that.
What?
I'm sure the previous owners love that.
Well, it's the same owners. They changed the name.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
same owners. Still Todd. Still
whatever.
Todd and Josh.
They have to
and
live
Aaron
with
at the
the old
crew.
name then.
And guess what? It's on McGee Street, so
Yeah.
you can't really
Perfect.
McGee Street, come by, check us out. Like I said, we're going to be doing this the second Thursday of every month. That we're going to kick it off since it's December with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Free admission to get in, free popcorn. I believe it's going to be $4 well bourbons, $2 drafts, $3 shots, and it's going to be a good
And
time.
wear your dopest Christmas
Yes.
sweater.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me that we are going to have a ugly Christmas sweater contest, and this is going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. December 13th at McGee Street Country and Cocktails.
You get free laughs from us.
We will be doing interviews, this, that, and the other. We'll take a quick little timeout for the sponsor ad for McGee Street Country and Cocktails, and we'll be right back. Next time you're in downtown Greensboro, make sure you check out McGee Street Country and Cocktails, open Wednesday through Saturday. They have live music, full-service bar, farm fresh ingredients, seasonal cocktail menu, and a great space for private parties. They're also hosting a movie night the second Thursday of every month. Make sure you check them out at 113 West McGee Street, and you can find them at www.mcgeestreetbar.com. All right, welcome back. So now that we went over our favorites, we do have to talk about our least desirable Christmas movies of all time. I got pretty much 2 on here. I had 3, but I changed my mind on one because I watched it the other day and remembered it wasn't that terrible. So the first one, with a bullet, is Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas.
You going to hell. You going to hell.
2014.
You the devil.
How dare you?
This movie literally has a 0% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Zero.
Really?
Yeah, 0.
How
Not
many-
even the
how
Chris,
many
not
of
even the
those are
Christians
there?
like this movie.
Not even the Christians.
No, he's not with us.
Wow.
You couldn't find one person in church to be like, all right, I'll give it like 1 tomato.
Well, good.
No, 0.
Good
Find one.
Yeah. So the story is, this is going to be short and sweet. Saving Christmas follows Cameron as he attempts to save his sister's annual Christmas party by showing everyone how to put the Christ back in Christmas. Enough said.
Apparently he failed.
Yeah. That was our buddy Stan, by the way. And we are coming to you from On the One Music over here on 503 East Washington Street here in beautiful downtown Greensboro, North Carolina. So make sure you check them out on Facebook. They can do recording, practices, bands, live music, the whole 9 yards, premiere parties. Beautiful spot. Stan's here. Jamie is the owner of this fine establishment, and I tell you, we could not be happier being here. Thank you again for
Home away from home.
Thank you. That's right. That's right. And then number 2, as much as I love this man, and I do love you, Michael Keaton, but I got to put Jack Frost on here.
What? That movie was awesome. He was a snowman.
I know. I don't have to.
It only
really-
got worse
Yeah.
from there.
Okay, all right.
I don't have to go.
I
too
said it
much
out loud.
further
I
into
get it. Okay.
He dies. He comes back to life as a snowman. I mean, I get the angle, but
I don't get it. Fuck it.
That's pretty creepy.
Other ways, yeah. I don't really.
I'm
going
to see my kids again, but might melt in the process.
I'm going to stay outside the whole time and watch them through the window.
I'm going to see them.
Creeper.
Yeah, unless I live in Alaska, I'm only going to be seeing them in December and January.
Fucking creepy ass snowman.
Looking out the window like it's Michael Myers down there. Instead, it's Jack Frost. So those are my 2 least favorites. Jerry, who you got over there, bud?
Least favorite holiday movie.
You don't have one?
I don't really. I mean, like, I kind of ignore all of them, unless they have something in them that I like, a la Batman Returns.
Oh, Batman?
Getting back to Batman Returns, did you know Paul Rubens was the Penguin's dad in that movie?
That's right.
And Paul
Pee-wee
Rubens
Herman?
is Pee Wee Herman. Do you like that?
Pee Wee Herman was his dad.
I'm just filling time.
Oh, you're
I really
good.
Don't have
You're good.
a least favorite. I mean, I guess It's a Wonderful Life. Fuck you, man.
Hey, thanks for saying it, man.
You should have,
we were all thinking it.
Hey,
You
you know
should have
what?
acted right originally.
Not for nothing.
There you go.
Damn, son. Not for nothing. I was going over my list. And
Love you, Jimmy Stewart, but fuck that movie.
And I was going over it with some friends, and they started spitting stuff out like, Christmas Story's great, and It's a Wonderful Life. And I'm like, yeah, but I think Jerry's going to say those things.
I literally just did.
And he did. So thank you. I have two least favorites.
Okay.
And one of them, I couldn't even get through all of it. The first one
Reindeer Games.
is we don't talk about that movie.
You white. You Ben Affleck.
It sounds Christmas related.
Reindeer Games. Fred Claus with Vince Vaughn.
God.
And who was the dad? Oh, who was Santa? From Billions.
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti was Santa.
Yep.
And his brother Fred was Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn was Vince Vaughn.
Damn it, Vince
In
Vaughn.
every single movie, he's the same
But I
neurotic
love him.
dude. No.
I love the fact that Paul Giamatti is a diehard method actor, and then Vince Vaughn is Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
and they had to work together. You're not taking this seriously.
Fred Claus. What an awful idea that was.
I mean, we can just start with the name. Yeah. Right there. They lost me from the jump.
And
what?
then-
Wait, what Claus?
Yeah.
Not Santa, not Mister, just Fred.
And a lot of the Santa Claus movies, they got, do we really need three or four of those?
Right.
How many times can Tim Allen do that?
There's a lot of clauses in that contract. No pun intended, by the way.
Do some more blow, and then it might be better.
So, in the horror theme, there was a horror movie called Santa's Sleigh. SLAY.
Yes, I would hope so.
And Bill Goldberg was Santa.
Oh my God!
Axe-wielding Santa.
Oh my God!
Who murdered people.
Did he spear them too?
Jackhammers. Yeah.
I just want to see him do the intro into the house.
I mean,
does he do
just
the intro.
look at the
out of
VHS
chimney?
tape cover, and you will know. Oh, that's
It
not
could
worth
even
my
make
time.
DVD. They're like, we're not going to reproduce this.
Yeah, those were my least favorite. Those should not have happened.
Before we get into some of our favorite and least favorite Santa Claus, we're going to take a quick little time out for a sponsor ad.
We want to take the opportunity to shout out one of our sponsors, Gate City Growlers. They have 20 taps. They specialize in small North Carolina breweries and specialty craft beers. Working with the little guys since 2015. Guys, please stay local. Take care of the local shops.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Before we go over the rest of our Christmas holiday special or whatnot, just want to remind everybody that this Friday, the 14th of December, we are having our first brews and reviews at Gate City Growlers. So make sure you come out between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. We're going to do it the second Friday of every month at Gate City Growlers here in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're going to be bringing in a different brewery from around the state to sample some delicious beers and literally review movies, TV shows, albums, concerts, the whole nine yards with you, the fans. So come on out to Gate City Growlers second Friday of every month from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for brews and reviews.
Woo!
Look forward to seeing you.
Excited.
So we are going to do a little something different here. We're going to talk
Wait a minute.
about...
Can I say, nobody
Yeah.
mentioned the claymation Rudolph as their favorite.
the OG.
That's- yeah.
The OG.
I just want to be a dentist.
That one is the original. It ain't Christmas until Rudolph comes on.
Yep.
And the abominable snowman.
Abominable.
I do not want to fuck with that guy.
He just had a bad tooth, man. It just Yukon Cornelius.
Oh, also Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman, the animated.
Happy birthday!
We don't even need to put samples on this.
Get
fucker.
Frosty out of here. Fuck. It's embarrassing.
Come on. Shout to the first Batman. He was Frosty.
All right, so we're going to be talking about audiobooks right now, but a little twist to it. So we're going to talk about, or just not really talk about audiobooks. For Christmas stories, who we would have...
Everybody just shut it off.
Who we would have do a... pretty much record a audiobook for us in the form of a Christmas story. So I'm going to kick this off with Mateo over here because it looks like he's got a good little list going on over there.
I got a couple here. I'm going to say the most obvious, and it would be Morgan Freeman. One of my favorites would be Kelsey Grammer. Frasier.
Ooh, nice.
He's pretty...
great voice.
I mean, Frasier's just one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
And he's always listening. So. Ghostface. Ghostface Killer, just because like his delivery would be hilarious. And on the sleepy, sexy type, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh God!
A la her, the way that she narrated the whole time, and I didn't see her, and yet I was still hanging on to every word she said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Falling in love.
Yes,
she could narrate anything at all whatsoever. I mean, she could fire me, and I'd be like, oh. Okay.
I was like maybe 3 minutes into hearing her, and I'm like, is that Scarlett Johansson? Oh, my God, it is.
No. Yeah.
And I kept watching the movie.
Blake Lively must be the shit, because I don't know how Ryan Reynolds could divorce that. But
did he?
That's where, yeah.
When?
What? He was married to Alanis Morissette first, got rid of her, and then...
No, I know that.
And then he was either married or engaged to Scarlett Johansson.
Yes. I don't think they were married.
Okay.
But yes, I thought you meant he divorced Blake Lively.
Like
recently.
No.
He's going to hold on to that one. Yeah. That was the only good thing that came out of Green Lantern. was them connecting and
Their
getting
love
married.
connection?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What do you got?
For mine, I got it down to two. I'm glad you said Morgan Freeman. So I got to go Jeff Goldblum for, I mean, any story really, but of course A Christmas Story. And then this one, just because you're probably not going to enjoy this, but I do love his voice. I got to say Young Jeezy. Just because I can hear it when he's like, what's the night before Christmas? Yeah! And all through the house. Ha ha! So Young Jeezy, if you're hearing this, give me A Christmas Story
The
out
snowman,
there.
get it?
That's right.
Jeezy, the snowman.
God.
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry. I felt bad saying that. Jeezy. It's okay. I said ghost. It's okay.
It's all right. Jerry, who you got?
So we've seen him in a Christmas-ish movie before, but I can't get enough of this guy and his amazing, I mean, of course they're separate actors, but they really work great off of each other. And I would like to see a new holiday, production go on with my man Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly doing the voices. I know that, like I said, he was already Buddy the Elf, Will Ferrell. But
shout out to Elf, by the way.
Yes,
I'm surprised none of us said that. It's it's so good.
Oh,
but I figured that would be like the most obvious one.
So innocent. So
I think that's what we
like
tried
great.
to do though, is avoid the most obvious. But,
yeah.
And Daddy's Home 2 was actually pretty funny. I watched that a lot with my daughter.
I started watching that and I enjoyed it. I just had to leave, so I can't wait to finish it.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the anti-Semite in it?
Symbiote.
I'm just gonna say yes. What movie? Christmas movie is not complete
without an anti-Semite. Yes. And then you know what? I was thinking about it while you guys were just talking about it, and I would like to see our boys Michael Pena and T.I. do some shit together.
I love it.
Only if it's done like how it was in
Ant-Man.
In Ant-Man and Wasp, when we get to see other people's mouths move.
Yeah, that'd be it. Yeah, you have to visualize that and hear it. You couldn't just hear that.
But they really did a great job. I mean, like T.I. is not an actor. I mean, like he does.
He's not bad though.
No, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying like he is a recording artist.
Oh yeah,
he's not an act not like Michael Pena. Michael Pena is an actor.
I got you.
Right,
I got
but
you.
the way they play off of each other and just that whole crew, that whole like secondary Ant-Man crew.
Yeah,
I love all those guys. Even the guy I can't remember his name that did the Russian guy.
The Russian guy.
Like,
yes,
the Baba
he was in
Baba
Dark
Yaga.
Knight.
It's just so funny. But those, I want to see those guys do some holiday antics.
I love it. And I'm really glad that they did that for Ant-Man and Wasp, too. I think we were all waiting for it when we saw it. Like, is there going to be another monologue scene with Michael Pena? And it was good. It was just as good as when Paul Rudd was imitating the mom. Or the mom possessed him.
Yes.
Yeah. That shit was
I'm
hysterical.
so proud of you, Jelly Bean.
Paul Rudd, I need to know your secret. You never age. You look the same as you did in Romeo and Juliet.
Mutant.
And he looks the same even when he was in fucking Friends.
Or Clueless. Jesus. Fucker.
Has anybody seen The Shape of Things? Nobody saw The Shape of Things?
Not yet.
What a great movie.
I know. I need to
Paul
watch
Rudd.
it. It's on HBO. Paul Rudd's in it?
Yeah.
Is he the thing?
Paul Rudd's in
No, not that Shape of Things. That's The Shape of
that's
Water.
water.
That's The Shape of Water. The Shape of Things is old.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about. Yep. That's right. So to wrap this up, we're going to talk about some of our favorite Christmas gifts and least favorite of, I guess, all time. And we're going to kick this off with Stan over here once again on the One Music.
Stan.
503.
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys?
What's some of your favorite gifts?
Least favorite gifts?
Yeah. You can do favorite and least favorite.
I would say favorite would be a dirt bike.
Nice. Damn, you're rich.
Not the kind, not the kind with the motor. The kind you pedal.
Okay. You're on our level now.
Looks like a
He's
dirt
kind of rich.
You're on our level.
Rich.
No. I'd say least favorite probably would be a basket of fruit or something like that.
Fruit's delicious.
What aunt or grandma
I grew up in
gave you that?
Florida, so I mean, fruit.
It's horrible for Christmas.
You go out and you pick it and you bring it in and you put it in a basket and there you go.
And that's it. I got you. No effort.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
Mine, I think this is going to be for any kid that was born, 1980 to pretty much like 85. The Nintendo Entertainment System. I mean, it was every Christmas wrapped up into one. I remember we used to rent them before, I actually got as a gift.
whole system.
You could rent the whole system in Blockbuster.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And it was great to have it for like a weekend, but then you always had to give it back, and it sucked. And then to finally be able to own it, and Duck Hunt, and Mario Brothers, and of course Contra, and we had the Power Pad. I mean, this thing was a fucking staple in the neighborhood. So shout out to Nintendo.
So nobody ever ran on it. They all just touched it.
You knew what you were doing. That shit was tiring as hell.
I ain't trying to get into shape. I want to win.
And then you flipped it over, and it was like a dance
Yeah.
thing. It was like Dance Revolution before there was,
yeah.
aerobics or something, jazzercise.
It was. We just did the Olympic bullshit on that. Yeah. You try it normal once, and then you're worn out. Then it's all just hands.
Yeah, there's got to be a cheat. There's got to be.
And we couldn't afford the Power Glove. Like we had a little bit of money, but the Power Glove was out of our realm. So the Power Pad was it. And then least favorite, when you're a kid, you don't like getting fucking clothes. You don't want to get shirts or socks or any of that. But I will say, as you get older, I can't wait to get any of that shit. So Mom Dukes, Grandma, whoever, send them over. I'll take the white shirts and the underwear all day long nowadays.
the pack of beaters.
Yep. As Matthew would say, the pack of beaters.
Give me a pack of beaters.
Underwear and socks.
Yeah. Mom would hate it when I called them wife beaters. And then eventually she came around to it and said,
I'm not buying
you
that.
want wife beaters?
She didn't drop the wife part?
Nope. I did because I was, no, I was programmed to. Don't call it that.
Well, as far as my household goes, I was pretty standard. I mean, if I got socks and clothes and underwear and shit, I would freak out and be like, wow, why do you hate me? Yeah, I was that kid. I was an only child. I got all the love, but I didn't have to share it. And so, but no, the clothes, I mean, to Brian's point, I would love to get steady socks and underwear the rest of my life every year. That'd be great. But back then, it was like a waste. It was like, you didn't know what was important back then, I guess.
No.
I don't know. But I've got
you
two.
did. It was called a Nintendo.
Yes. Well,
and bikes.
You know what?
That's right. And
Funny,
BB guns.
Funny you mentioned the Nintendo, because of the two that I have in mind, one of them is the Nintendo Entertainment System. And so I had all my great games, and oh my God, we were just talking, Matthew was just talking about this earlier. We were talking about Paperboy. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God. How did I miss this conversation?
I would play, I don't think
You know, it's not at Boxcar.
Not. But they did have
Step
the
your shit
stand up.
up.
They had the stand up version with the actual handlebars on it. But then I used to play it on the controller, and so NES, anything I could get my hands on, Contra, Paperboy, Mario Brothers, any of that shit, I would love it. And then my all-time favorite Christmas present as a kid, I got. You remember Kit from Knight Rider?
Yeah. I got that shit too.
Yeah. I got the Kit pedal car.
Ooh. Oh, you rich.
Funny, we weren't.
I know, I'm fucking with you. I say that to everybody.
No, but oh my God, I got a giant plastic version that I could sit in and pedal around the fucking neighborhood.
Now, what did the light up front work?
No, that was a
sticker. It was a sticker. Yeah.
Damn it. So you ain't that rich. You were back on our level now.
No,
Okay.
I was doing the voice.
You were Mr. Belvedere.
You were Mr. Feeney.
Pedal faster, Michael.
Feeney. Yeah.
Mr. Feeney.
But no, the
pedal faster, Michael.
The Kit pedal car was my all-time favorite Christmas present ever, and it was a close second. Or the NES was a close second, only because it came after that. After I lost my innocence. Not that way.
It's like, what'd you get?
Show me on the doll where Santa touched you. Sorry, that probably hit home for somebody.
Yeah. We lost one subscriber who's got daddy issues like a motherfucker. Sorry.
Yeah, not to beat a dead horse, but Nintendo was my shit too. Like,
yes.
But I got it like maybe a year or two after everyone else had it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
because
we were definitely not the first year.
We were poor, and we wait. I don't know. The explanation I got was like, we waited so that you could have everything at once. So we got the big Power Pad set.
Right.
So it came with the Power Pad and the Duck Hunt, and there was 3 games on one cartridge for the the track and field.
Yep.
Track and field. So that was great. And then I also got the Power Glove, but.
Oh, you
got the Power Glove.
I did. I got the Power Glove, but it was so much. It was shit.
It really was.
It
shit.
was awful.
It just looked cool as
and
fuck.
I'm just like, this is not working. Can we take this back?
Yeah, no, it was terrible. It looked cool.
No, Santa brought it.
But everybody that got it though complained about it.
No, it was awful. It didn't work at all.
Yeah.
And there were like 3 sensors that you had to put around your TV. It was so dumb. I mean, it made sense, but it was dumb. And then they made
25 years before the Wii.
They made like 2 or 3 games for it.
Right.
There was like some glove ball game which you had to catch a ball, and it was like handball, but with the glove. It was it was dumb. And of course, I mentioned this last time. I did get a bootleg version of Enter the 36 Chambers on cassette in my Christmas stocking.
Wow.
And that was a lifelong memory right there.
Nice.
But between that and the Nintendo and I also received,
Apparently these guys ain't none to fuck with.
evidently.
He got the clean version. They are not to be trifled
Trifled with.
I wish I did get the clean version. Mom wouldn't have taken it away.
That's the version my parents would have bought me.
The Walmart version.
Yeah. I don't know they wrote this.
And, I got Knight Rider, but I got like this. It was a scale model car. But it was it was like Kenner, I think it was.
Yeah.
And the license plate, you press the license plate down, and the voice came on, and the thing went the light in the front, and it had a little Michael Knight like this big, and you put him in there, and just
nice.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Yeah, those were most memorable, I guess. I got a bunch of shitty gifts too, though.
What's the shittiest one you think you've gotten?
GoBots.
Never. No, that's how dare you?
Yeah, that's some disrespect.
You talking shit about my mom now?
Fine, the scooter GoBot.
I'm gonna be honest. It was recent. It was like within the past 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
You don't know me.
I got a earwax vacuum, a handheld earwax vacuum. Yeah, I mean it looked like a little gun, and you.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen them on the as
seen on TV.
aisle.
Yes,
Yeah.
it actually said as seen on TV on the
As soon
package.
as you use it, you want to kill yourself.
And I just looked at it. I'm like, thanks.
You're immediately thinking, where can I return this to?
I actually regifted it.
Nice.
Even better.
To someone who had that problem. Like, so
I thought of you.
It's for you, buddy.
One honorable mention for favorite Christmas gift. I got to give it up for my daughter's mom. It's her birthday today, even though this will air in 2 weeks.
Happy birthday to ya.
So it was the first Christmas after my daughter was born. She got me my first pair of Timbs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a long time for you to not have Timbs.
We were broke, bro.
Okay.
I didn't even have like my first pair of Nikes till I was like a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
No, we were that broke, but she got them for me, and these fuckers lasted me like 17 years.
They
man.
do. They do.
I swear to God, they looked, and they still look good as long as I took them to the cleaners every now and again. But
Timbos on the toes.
the Timbos.
Sweet
I need
Timbs
to get another
on my
pair.
feet make my cipher complete.
Yes.
That's going to do it for the holiday episode. Once again, make sure you check us out Thursday night, December 13th at McGee Street Country and Cocktails for National Lampoon's Christmas Party. Free entry, free popcorn, plenty of seating, awesome drink specials. That is from 7 to 9. And then Friday the 14th at Gate City Growlers for brews and reviews from 6 to 8. We're going to be reviewing some awesome North Carolina brews and reviewing all kinds of shit, whatever you want to talk about.
By reviewing, we mean drink heavily.
Yes, yes, sampling, and reviewing. So once again, make sure you check us out at www.multipoptural, and that's at multipoptural all over social media. iTunes. Make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube. It really will mean a lot. Any suggestions you have for any shows, any comments, make sure you go to the Contact Us form on the website, and we'll catch you next time. We'd like to take the time to thank one of our sponsors, Andrew Newman, attorney at law. Located here in Greensboro, North Carolina, he can assist you with your criminal as well as traffic violations, and his practice includes Guilford, Forsyth, as well as all surrounding counties. To set up a free consultation, you can contact him at 336-663-2388, and you can also visit him on his website, attorneynewman.com.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Pop Culture as Fuck, presented by Multipoptural. Be sure to check us out at our website for all the latest news and notes. You can find us at www.popcultureaf.com or multipoptural.com. And we'll see you next week, you filthy animals.
Yes! Yeah! Victory!
And anger management?
Fuck anger management.